up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing? Today, I'm out exploring, and I think I found a really cool one for you. I'm kind of near the city, and I found a place in a very busy area that's abandoned. The place I'm talking about is this big place behind me here. I think we need to go inside and see what's going on. But before we do, I need to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel. I know we hit the target of 1,000, but we're aiming for a new target of 5,000. So make sure that you hit that button if you haven't and help me get there. That way we can continue to grow things and do bigger and better explores. All right, let's not dilly-dally. Let's go see what's inside this place. Okay guys, we're gonna start this one out front. Give you a quick look around the house and then we'll go inside. So as you can see from the road, the place is definitely in rough shape. It's definitely seen better days. It's definitely abandoned. The front lawn is way overgrown. Driveway's got weeds popping out everywhere. And as you pull up, the front of the house just doesn't look right either. Way overgrown. Stairs are in rough shape. It's definitely got all the telltale signs. Let's go around back. It's a beautiful day out today. I like the brick color of this house. Nice dark brown color. It's a nice big window there. Oh yeah. So that's the side of the house here. It's a pretty big place. Okay, that looks like it's a sunroom. It's very nice. You see the garbage bin overfilled for quite some time. And look at the backyard. Backyard's so overgrown. So there's a wheelchair ramp. Somebody was disabled at some point. You got the double door there to get in. Let's check out the rest of the backyard first. So at one point in time they had a nice big garden here, which has been overtaken by weeds. And a clothesline in the back of the house. That's pretty old school. And they even had a little garage here. It's a fairly big yard. As you can see, the garden here was actually quite big. It's a shame to see it turn out like that, though. At one point, someone definitely took good care of it. Very nice. It's a bit more modern looking air conditioning, though, I gotta say that. See if we can get in the garage. Oh no. We won't be able to get in there. Alright, well, I guess we'll work our way inside and see what we can find inside there. Okay guys, we're going to start this one at the front of the house. And I think what we're going to do is we'll work our way around the first floor. And then we'll work our way up and then down, as this is a backsplit type house. So there's going to be kind of 3 levels to it. So we'll kind of check everything out in order and then work our way out. So right away, we're standing at the front foyer of the house, the front entrance. This place has some pretty crazy flooring. I'll let you guys take a look at this. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can if I give it an angle. The floor is textured. I believe it's marble. It looks pretty good. I would say this flooring has definitely been done more recently, probably in the last 20 to 25 years tops. This doesn't look like the type of marble flooring you would have seen in an early 80s home. I'm suspicious of how old this house is though, because there seems to be aspects that could date this house back to the 60s or maybe even the 70s. This is an interesting front closet. When's the last time you've seen a closet completely tiled in? Now these closet doors, my first suspicion, this house could be an older home. The handles look pretty old, and the doors themselves look like the typical kind of doors that you would see in a house that was in the 60s or 70s. So we'll check out this room on the side here first. This room here looks like a family room. Or a living room. This would have been like a living room. This is kind of at the front of the house. This would have been like an area you might have entertained people when they came over for visits. But this might not be a daily user type room. It's a nice room. It's got a big window at the front. And of course, it's got a view of this nice big patio, which I showed you guys at the start of the video. And if you turn around this way, you got this area here with the medallion on the ceiling. And I would suspect this room probably was used as a dining room, because quite often the dining room and the living room are kind of an extension of each other. And with a classy medallion like that on the ceiling, you gotta think that's what this room would be for. Another thing I'm noticing, they've got beautiful plaster designs in the ceiling. If you look around, they've got swirls. They've got the crown molding. This door here has beautiful trim. It looks like mahogany. I love stained wood. The floors are very nice. I would say these floors are a little bit more modern. I wouldn't say these are from when the house was built. These are probably 80s floors. And if you look up here, the swirls are in this ceiling here too. Could even be plaster instead of drywall, you never know. Let's work our way through. Okay, so we go up the main hallway here. In our immediate left here, we got a kitchen. This kitchen looks fairly modern. Again, the tile floor follows through the whole house. Over here, we got a nice little sunroom at the side of the house. This is cool. So this would have been like a, side entrance at one point, or, like a back patio. But at some point, they closed it in. And now it's a cool little sunroom and entrance to the kitchen. And it's a nice little kitchen. I mean, it's a tight kitchen, but it definitely has that 90s look. If you look at the cabinets, those cabinets are very reminiscent of what you'd see around 1990 to 95. The stove is a little older. This could be an 80s stove, late 80s, early 90s stove. It's around that time. You see there's some humidity in the glass there. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but it is kind of a humid day. And of course, somebody left their dream sticker back behind. This is not real marble. It's that faux marble, even the backsplash. Let's take a look inside the cupboards. For some reason, they're numbered. 5, 6, 7. I'm not sure why. That new tone hood, that looks like a hood from the 80s. And of course, they have a decent window with a kitchen sink below it. You guys know I love that. Oh, look at that. That's pretty old. With an old Maytag dishwasher. And I bet you it still works. And of course, these are empty. Another thing I want to show you, as I noticed it, got a very cool mirror tone intercom system here. This one does FM, AM, and auxiliary, so you can hook up like a tape deck or something to it. It's pretty neat. Love seeing these in homes. It's kind of a relic of the past now that everybody has cell phones. Here's an indication to me this house could be older. The walls aren't drywall, they look like they're plaster. Or at least the corners are anyways. But I suspect everything here is probably plaster. And these stairs. Stairs are not too special, but what I like is this railing. They have the, looks like they got the twisted iron railings, which are really, really cool looking. That's a nice little detail you don't see very often anymore. And again, that's something that was very normal, 60s, 70s, 80s. All right, so we're now upstairs. This house is very clean. There's not too much decay or anything like that, so it makes me wonder how long it's actually been abandoned. For all we know, it's only been a year or two. Doors are beautifully stained and varnished. They got a nice finish to them. That's some old hardware. Again, that hardware is probably reminiscent of the 60s or 70s. So this is obviously one of the rooms. It's got a nice big window. We got a Wi-Fi password on the wall. Another closet that is tiled. I've never seen tiled closets before. Not sure what I think about that. Why would anybody tile their closet? Any guesses? I'm sure you guys have some theories in the comments. There's another intercom, volume off talk. Very basic. Okay, so we'll check out this back room here. This is an interesting room. Got a chandelier hanging up here, so that's a little strange. You wouldn't normally have one of those in your bedroom, I wouldn't think. But who knows, maybe you would. Perhaps the bed was in the middle of the room with a chandelier above it. I like how they have the thing to hide the blinds. That's pretty cool. I've seen that a little bit more often lately. Over here we've got cyber power. I don't know what this is for. It looks like some kind of alarm. And here, once again, got another tiled over closet. Very strange. What do you guys think of that chandelier? Is it pretty or is it ugly? It's a little bit dated looking. Again, these doors, very reminiscent of the 60s or 70s, if you ask me. That's quite a nice view down from up here. If you look down to the front door, it's quite a nice view, and the floors really give it a magnificent look, especially with the reflections. Back here, we got another big room. This is probably a master bedroom if I had to guess. Got another tiled in closet. Never seen this before. The house with the tiled in closets. Yeah, nice big window there. That light is fairly modern. I would say that light's probably from the mid 2000s. What we got over here? Another washroom. Yep. Ooh. Yeah, see, this bathroom is quite retro looking. This is where I start to think the house is 60s for sure. This bathroom is definitely original. Look at that countertop. Very dated looking. It might be lavender colored. I don't have the glasses, but you know, you got your soap and toothbrush holder that we saw earlier in a different house. You got another soap holder there. But yeah, those tiles look pretty dated. The cabinets here look dated with, look at that, they got gold on them and everything. Even the toilet. I mean, it's like a, what color is this? Like a kind of a purple color? Kind of like lilac or something, I don't really know. It's kind of an off purple, but all I can tell you, this bathroom is dated. This is from before my time on this planet. You guys tell me in the comments how old you think that bathroom is. I say 60s. And of course we got another intercom there. And over here, oh, we got another dated looking bathroom. Look at this one. Those cabinets are cool looking though, aren't they? Yeah. Got some really dated looking cabinets again with the gold trim. Also a very dated looking countertop. The backsplash is another clue to when this house has been made. And again, you've got your soap and toothbrush holders built into the wall. This bathroom is a little fancy for a community bathroom now, because this is for the other two rooms. And they've got both a bidet and a toilet. And the brown bomber has not been here, unfortunately. Look at those tiles. Very dated. They could be 70s tiles. This could be more of a 70s look. I'm not really sure. And I have no idea what that says. If somebody can translate it and tell me in the comments, I'd appreciate it. And here we got the tub. Again, original to the house. It's got the same tiles and everything else. It's pretty wild. Even the floor tiles. Those are original too. Okay. It's a nice mirror. Interesting light above it. That's probably an 80s light, I bet you. Take one more look at this banister before we go down. That ironwork is just great. Okay, let's work our way down and see what we got down here. So down here we got a little bit of destruction. Somebody's destroyed some of the tiles. Somebody's destroyed some of the drywall back here. So we got an entry point to the house here. I'll show you this first. So once again, got another tiled over closet. That is one of the strangest things I've ever seen. I've never seen that before. So if I'm sounding weird for finding that strange, I apologize. But that's just not normal in anything I've ever seen. Got another bathroom here that's clean. The brown bomber has not been here. And this one's probably been done a little more recently. I mean, that countertop doesn't look too modern, but the cabinetry might be a little bit newer. That light up there is definitely reminiscent of the 80s. Oh, look at this. We got a shower over here with a very narrow door. I mean, with the bag on my back, I can't get in here. But let's take a look inside. Oh, that's a narrow shower. It's like 2.5 feet wide. And that's a pretty old shower head, giving you an idea. This might have been done in the 80s or early 90s. My guess, 80s. Okay, so that's interesting to have a shower right at the side door of the house, because there's your entranceway. All right, so let's go in this way. Over here we have another room. I don't know if this would have been like an office or what this room would have been. It's got a nice double window. It's very close to the neighbors. And again, those tile floors, actually never even noticed it, but they have a tile baseboard that matches the floor too. That's cool. These floors probably weren't cheap when they got them done. Especially if they have matching baseboards, and they do. As I look around this room, they match in here too. So down here, I guess would have been the entertainment room, the basement, if you want to call it the basement. It's not really a basement really, because there's the outside right there, but it's, it's kind of underneath the upstairs stuff. So these back splits are confusing. It's hard to describe all the rooms if you ask me. But yeah, this door here goes out to the very overgrown backyard, as you guys can see. It's a disaster. Somebody's destroyed the drywall around the door. I'm not really sure why. A little bit weird. We got the remnants of the kitchen table sitting in here. What is this? Oh, we got an old CD player left behind. Yep, it's an old CD MP3 player. Interesting. So this room would have been a cool little hangout room. It's a fairly decent sized room. It's got some light coming in from this nice big window, and it's got some light coming in from the sliding door. And the coolest feature of this room is this beautiful fireplace. I mean, that's a great brick mantle. That's a very nice fireplace insert. I think this is a gas fireplace. But at one point in time, I think that was a real fireplace, because you can see that there's soot and everything back there. But yeah, this looks like a gas. Yes, there it is. It's a gas fireplace. They ended up putting natural gas in here. Still, that would have been nice. Any kind of fire is a nice illusion, if you ask me. And when you have a mantle like that on the wall, it'd be nice to hang out down here, watch the Leaf game or the fight or whatever. Very cool room to hang out in, for sure. Okay, let's work our way downstairs, and I think this is going to be the last room of the house. So we got tiled stairs going to the basement, which is kind of weird again. But we finally have different tile down here. We got some of that 80s looking marble. This is an interesting room. It actually looks like it could have been an apartment or something. It's big, it's open. Or could have been just another, I guess, rec room or hangout room. But yeah, you can see somebody's been gutting the walls. There's actually brick cinder block behind the drywall there, which is interesting. And we got glass panels on the ground. Oh, I see why. Up here, well, that's actually neat. So they have a box head here, or a bulkhead, I guess, hiding some of the ventilation and everything. And they had a curved light running along the side of it with fluorescence inside of it. Oh, they did all the way across the basement. Oh, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so this basement was probably renovated in the 80s, because that's a pretty 80s looking light design. But it would have been pretty neat, because the lights would have been, diffused by the shielding that you see on the floor. They would have given a nice ambient touch to the room. And again, they have it on this side as well, but just to the wall there. And they also have some pot lighting to even out the rest of the room with light. Over here, we got a real fireplace. It's another nice brick fireplace. And yes, that is a real one. There's the shutter. You can pull that and keep it shut. If you forget to pull that, you'll smoke the basement out. And they got a couple floating shelves on the mantle. Nothing too fancy, but pretty neat. And here's a feature you usually see in renovated basements, where they put a cabinet over the electrical box. I'll give you guys a view of the basement from over here. It's a fairly large basement, or apartment, whatever this is. I have a feeling it's an apartment. Okay, so back here maybe we have a cold room. Actually, I don't know, it's tiled. They really like tiling everything out in this house. Well, that's interesting. It's like a storage room. You know, you've got your fluorescent lights. You've got your wood paneling on the walls, which is very dated and 70s looking. You got steps for something here. They're cedar steps. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what this room would have been. You got a cedar shelf there too. I guess this room was storage. Very strange storage room, that's for sure. Okay, so let's continue this way. Check out this kitchen. So this must have been like an apartment or something down here. It's a fairly clean kitchen. You got some storage on this wall here. And you got a pantry, some cupboards there. Now this cabinetry is a little bit older looking. This is probably 70s or 80s stuff. They painted it white at some point. This might have even been the stuff from the kitchen upstairs and they moved it down here when they renovated it. You never know. But there's not much left behind. You got like an late 80s, early 90s Whirlpool oven. And that's pretty much about it. And over here, we got like a laundry room. Oh, that's an entrance to the house. But it's, they bolted it shut. But yeah, this is the laundry room. Again, you got your 80s or late 70s, early 80s cabinets here. Not much to see. Nice big trough type sink. And you would have had your dryer and washer in here. I'm pretty sure this was like an apartment. I can't see them having two kitchens in the house. Although I don't think we noticed any other laundry rooms, so that's interesting too. And then we got like the second level of the basement here. Oh yeah. So over here, we got a furnace room. It's very tidy, clean. That's like an 80s furnace. Looks like the furnace in the house I had in the 80s when I was living with my parents. Not much to see over there. You got some cupboards on the wall here. I've never seen anything like this before. That's kind of cool. It's a very organized room. I'll give them that. They maximized every bit of storage. That's interesting. Here we have a tiled over closet that somebody put a hole in the wall to a bathroom. I guess we'll see that later. And back here, oh, all right. So this is like another entertainment area, it looks like. Look at all this. There must have been a T-bar ceiling down here at some point in time because all the tiles are on the floor. You've got the suspended pot lights hanging or laying on the ground. What's in these? They're empty, but that storage space is like closet space. So maybe this was like a master bedroom. It's interesting. This might have been the bedroom. If this was a basement apartment, I guess that would make sense. It's an interesting mural they have on the wall. Obviously somebody painted that. Taped it off and painted it in sections. I like that wood accent wall. Hey, there's a cedar door here. Ah, sauna control. That's cool. What we got in here? Wow. We got a little sauna in here. Somebody's taken some of the wood down, and you've got the insulation and the protective barrier in the back there, but here's the remnants of a sauna. This is cool. If this was part of the basement apartment, that's pretty damn cool if you ask me. So you got your rocks there, you got your light there. Yeah, that's neat. I like that. It's a small sauna, but still, that'd be awesome. And over here, we got a bathroom. And this bathroom's a little bit dated looking too. And yeah, there's the hole in the wall we were looking in the bathroom from before. But these tiles are probably back to the late 80s, early 90s. That's a bit more of a modern looking toilet though. Again, this door is like 2 feet wide. That's a nice shower head they got there. But yeah, a lot of the tiling and everything is a little bit dated. The handles look like they're 60s or 70s. The faucets, I mean. That faucet there looks like it's the 80s. Same with the countertop. And there's nothing underneath. And you can see it's it's not very tall in here. The mirror is too low to see my face. It's an interesting little basement though, I gotta say. Didn't expect to see the sauna. That's probably the nicest surprise of the whole house. I think that's gonna wrap this one up, guys. Okay, everybody, that's gonna wrap it up for this explore. I hope you guys enjoyed this house. A little different than the usual type of place that we do, but nonetheless, I thought this was a good one to show you. And that nice surprise was definitely finding the sauna in the basement. Definitely a cool find. This would have definitely been a cool place to live at some point, I think. If you guys agree, please make sure you hit that like button. And of course, leave a comment after the video. And if you haven't, make sure you hit the subscribe button there. Check out last week's video there. And check out the random video up there. We'll see you guys in the next explore. Thanks for tuning in.